On 102.4 FM, across Rotherham, online, on your mobile, and on your smart speaker. This is Redroad FM.
Listeners, it's 102.4 Redroad FM radio. It's Hobson's Choice. I'm joined tonight by James White of James White and the Wildfire. We've already been catching up already just before, but how are you doing? How's things?
I'm good. I'm warm. Wearing a turtleneck during summer because I'm a complete idiot. But yeah, it's all good. Thank you. And
Well,
yourself.
I'm all good. Thank you very much. It's been really lovely weather to say, hasn't it? Really, it's been extraordinary. I think rain's not a thing anymore at the minute.
My house flooded yesterday, so
Really?
the south of England got absolutely, at least the southeast and sort of London area got absolutely pulverised yesterday. So I was out of a mop and bucket in very much the non-Cardi B sense yesterday, trying to deal with the garden. So yeah.
Absolutely extraordinary. Up here, up north, it's been. It's just. I mean, it's tried to rain, but it's not done a brilliant job of that. It's just been sun and warmth and humid. It's muggy to say the least. But at least you've had a nice drown out, should we say, for balance.
The shirt I wore yesterday when I had to go outside and start bucketing away all the rain is still soaked. It was that bad. Like, I've not seen rain like it in this country at all. It's crazy. But then being a southern softie, that's probably what you would expect, really, I guess.
See, we would be out in that like showering or at least bathing, so we would just be like, it's just every other day this.
You'd think would be the same, being like, I live in a small sort of town called Saffron Walden on the cusp of Essex, and we've only just got electricity and running water. So like 2 weeks ago, I'd have been out there being like, this is brilliant, this is how I shower, get my shower gel, shampoo on, and all that. But yeah, not this week, fortunately. Yeah,
no, not this week, no.
Not
But we're
this
here
week.
obviously to talk about. Well, you've got a brand new EP, which is going down really well, and obviously there's been with that, a live show as well to go with the launch, and really just everything about what you've been up to. I mean, let's talk about the EP then. Sorry, so it's available now. It's on all streaming platforms, and yeah, how was the recording process for that? How did you find it? Was it recorded during the whole of obviously during the pandemic and everything like that?
It was recorded September last year. So it was the equivalent of, when you buy a train ticket and you're really excited to go to the destination, and then obviously lockdown sort of came back in, and then it got extended and extended. It was like you buy the ticket to get on like a train, you're really excited to get there, and then you see delayed and then cancelled, and then you're like, oh, I'll wait for the next one. Sorry, that's my mum.
Hi, Mum.
So I put it on silent. That's very unprofessional of me.
Don't you worry.
Do not disturb. I don't know. Anyway, but yes, so it was a case of sort of being really excited, being like, we're going to release it soon, and it was like 9 months or so. So it took a long time.
Yeah.
And the recording process was great. It was working with Tim Bond, who works just outside of Cambridge. He's a great person to record with. So the recording process was great. The waiting just to release it took forever. It's kind of like, when sort of January rolls around and you've just had Christmas and you're a little kid and you're just like, oh, can't wait for Christmas next year. It just felt like that. It just kept on going on and on. So
it must have been. I mean, I've spoke to a number of bands, obviously, who, well, I know we were all affected with the pandemic and everything. It just something that you wouldn't expect us to ever go through in our lifetime, kind of thing. It was quite extraordinary in that sense. And the music industry did take a huge hit, but it's really nice to see it thriving again. At the weekend just gone, live music was really like everywhere from what I could see on social media and everything. Well, silly question, but how happy are you to see and be able to do live shows again?
Music's my life. Like, it was my sanctuary from a very early age. So to be back in and just sort of, even not even just me, like Friday night, the moment work finished, my laptop just got completely slammed down. I went to go see the bassist of our band is in another. She's in about 10 million groups. But so I went to go see her in one, and just sat outside having a beer, watching live music. It's just like, oh, this is everything. This is just what life's meant to be. And so it's just great to see it back. Like, not even in a selfish capacity of being like getting myself out there and trying to get my head, even though I got hair the size of Uganda, or even bigger by walking on stage and whatever. But just being out and just seeing music and just seeing life be more normal. It's been beautiful. I've really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it is amazing. It's such a great feeling. I had the opportunity as well to go to a live show at the weekend, and it just felt the most normal I've ever felt. Well, in the last 18, 19 months or so, it's the most normal I've felt, or at least life has felt. And it is great. And you're seeing all these EPs and shows now being announced and everything. It has me obviously itching and excited, for more of it to come. And as I'm sure you will have experienced, that you've experienced that great feeling of performing the live show, obviously by doing there's an EP launch, wasn't it, that you did at Saffron Hall for the brand new EP Making Tracks, I believe?
Yeah, we did. It was we did a little warm-up show at a small sort of like local festival. Well, not that local, but towards Londonish kind of way. So we had our warm-up, and then we were like, right, okay, yeah, we're ready for this. We're ready for this. And it was the week afterwards. We had the EP launch, and this was on a venue on the same circuit as Royal Albert Hall, which was just like, and it was our hometown show. And yeah, all week I was just like, this is going to be fine. We're going to nail it. And then I walked out to this 740-seater capacity venue. And I just walked out. I looked at everything, and I was just sort of like, I am not okay with it. I never get nervous anymore. Like I love what I do on that musical set, and then I just felt the pressure. But the moment, like 2 songs in, yeah, it just felt amazing to be back. And we've done a couple of shows since. We've got a good few coming up. It's just been so wonderful. It makes such a difference for me just being sat in my pants playing Warzone and getting frustrated. My poor pet's being like, this man just, he needs to get a kill the death ratio above like 1.0 at some point in his career. But it's been wonderful. It really has just been wonderful. Just getting back out there and doing our thing again, especially as like this band, we only sort of formed in 2020, so for a lot of our sort of existence, almost entirely all of it, it's been locked down. So for us to be unleashed, it's been a beautiful thing. It's been a beautiful thing.
No, it must have been, especially like, say, if you were only formed in 2020. I mean, was it early 2020 that you formed, or was it during actual pandemic?
No, it was early 2020. We played under a different sort of band name because we couldn't come up with a name, so we had the really embarrassing name of James White, and insert name here. And I never wanted to have my name attached as the front runner for it. Yeah. But having taken some of the music from my solo career and then sort of reinvent it into this sort of weird sort of country bluegrass sort of indie rock sort of style, I got massively outvoted, so here I am. Democracy is there.
Democracy is finest.
Yeah, and like honestly, just to get back out there has been so beautiful.
Yeah, no, it's really lovely again, because music is so important to everyone. Like, it's amazing. Like you never meet anyone that's like, I don't like music. Like, what are you talking about? So it's that impact and emotional impact that it has on you as well, and not only for us as audience members, but also as you as performers, because music will have helped you creating music during lockdown is what will have helped you get through it as well.
I'm gonna be deadly honest here. I became the most lazy musician during lockdown. So we got all of our stuff sort of organised just before. We played 3 shows just before lockdown under this James White and insert name. It'd be amazing if I could say my own name properly. I'm 32. If I could get that out. So we had 3 shows under our belt. We'd got to a point where we're like, okay, we're comfortable with what we have. And then lockdown happened, and then I just went, I could not be less motivated to write. And I hear from all these other musicians who are like, I spent the entire of lockdown writing, and I just went, I just drank too much and just like smoked in my shed relentlessly, wondering when it was going to end. Like, I was the worst musician in the world for it. I was just sat there like, what do I do? What do I do?
Well, no, it's good in a way that, like, obviously that you hear these different, because other musicians will have done that and will have grafted, but worked extra hard during that time to keep time passing. But I think that each to their own, you know what I mean? He's still releasing music. You've still got an EP out now, haven't you? Out of it, so it's you've still got that desire. I think that anybody you can't be judged during the pandemic or anything to not really be that creative. It really was it messed with your head a little bit after a while, didn't it? Let's be honest.
You know what? It's weird looking back on it now because obviously we're kind of what I hope is through the other side, and it's been about a year and a half. Like first lockdown, like the start of it, I was terrified. Like I crashed my car going to the supermarket for the first time because it felt very much like this is the apocalypse. Like I'm leaving the house, there's a good chance I will die. Like having followed me, obviously being a very grounded individual, clear.
Just just the worst case scenario.
Straight away, immediately, like all your family will die, you'll have no friends left, you know, like my poor dog, who bless him is just here, you know, he would be like, who's going to look after him? So I got in my car, I immediately crashed it. First journey out at lockdown, I was terrible. But then actually I got kind of into it and being like, maybe I needed this reset a little bit, and it was okay. Then summer came along and it was like freedom. We're through the worst of it. We got the EP recorded in late summer, autumn, and then winter lockdown came. And for me, that was when it just sort of became a bit like,
yeah, that's the one I struggle the most with, the winter one. Not so much the summer one because the weather was pretty lovely for UK weather, but the winter one, I think, like, you know, we were all looking forward to that Christmas kind of break, and that got taken away from us and everything. So yeah, I
last second as well, wasn't it? It was so last second. It's like, it's gonna be. I was looking forward to my granddad cheating at cards, my nan getting and abusing my granddad, you know, like, and then it was just gone, like in a heartbeat. And then I decided to do dry January. I made a real conscious effort of going, I'm going to do dry January. And then Boris, something like the 2nd or the 3rd, was like back into lockdown. And I was like,
gonna have to drink.
I actually cracked on. I completed dry January. Probably my top achievement 2021.
No, that's brilliant. That is really good. That's brilliant, man. That's because if I was doing it after that announcement, I would have been, well, drunk. So.
I sat on this sofa and I was like, I either give up now or I push on. And I was like, no, I'll give it a good go. And I've just made up for it the rest of the year, to be honest. To be fair, I think first lockdown I did get a fair amount in as well, so I probably needed that.
Yeah, but why not? I mean, yeah, why not? Just make up for lost time, as they say. Especially the weekend just gone with all the live music and stuff. Yeah, get it down. Yeah,
of course. Yeah. Again, it's just so good seeing everything again.
It is. I mean, you've just mentioned there that you've got some stuff lined up as well for the rest for the rest of 2021. What shows have we got lined up that you're most looking forward to?
We've got a charity one in our hometown again. Eventually, we will leave Saffron Walden again. We seem to have sort of like gotten a little bit of a bubble of playing in Saffron Walden, but this will be our last show in Saffron Walden for a while, which is where the band's based. And then our next one is returning to my home county of Suffolk. So Ed Sheeran might be the king of Suffolk, but I will be the peasant of Suffolk, and I will eventually go back in with the band, and we're going to go play Bury St Edmunds as a headline show. We're playing with Lucy Grubb and the Joe Keeley band, two very good artists. So very much looking forward to seeing them. Very much looking forward to playing again. Then there's a couple that we haven't announced yet. We've got the possibility of a live album coming out, as well as I've been working on a lot of new music. Like, weirdly, couldn't have had any less inspiration to write during lockdown. The last 3 weeks when music started up again, when I've started to see the world sort of turn again, like, I've never been more inspired. So I've written a lot in the last few weeks. So
that's amazing, though.
Back in the studio soon, hopefully, so long as availability has it. And then let's go. Let's get another EP out there.
Yeah, no, I was going to ask if we were going to get any more music this year, and it's exciting. It sounds really great. I'd love it if you would be able to get a date up north or something, maybe like a Sheffield date or something like that. We'll have to hopefully one day see if that can happen.
Joe, if we're not in the corporation and my feet aren't sticking to the ground and I'm not absolutely absolutely wasted. Sorry, apologies. Not wasted in the corporation, then yes, it would be a disappointment. I'm desperate. You got a good venue up there called Record Junkie, haven't you?
Yeah, Record Junkie is wonderful. Yeah, really, really great venue. I've seen some great bands there. Yeah,
I've been seeing quite a lot of bands in my sort of like lane, the sort of roots and sort of country sort of act sort of playing there. So it'd be really good to get up there and have a good show. It's been a long time since I was at Sheffield. I did my undergraduate at Lincoln. So for a good night out, I used to go to Sheffield.
Amazing.
Albeit not always the corporation, but more often than not, it did end up in the corporation.
There's only so many trainers that you've got that can get ruined from going to corp. You've got to break away from it sometimes.
I love the corporation. I saw great bands there, but it really is one of those venues. You walk in, you smell of bleach and vomit, and you're like, I'm home. I'm home. This is where I belong. I mean, look at me. I look so homeless anyway. The turtleneck's not fooling anyone. So, the corporation's the place I belong. But hopefully we can get something sorted in Sheffield. It's been a long time since I've been to Sheffield, and the last band I saw there were Steel Panther, which is
amazing.
Yeah,
I mean, it's a band that I don't really listen to too much before, but I too have seen Steel Panther a good couple of times when I was at university. They were just what can you say about them, really?
Well, you know what, Joe? We all play our cards right or wrongly, depending on how you look at it. I might even turn up in spandex and play for you in Sheffield in a full Steel Panther outfit.
I'm going to hold you to that. I'm going to hold you to that. So if when you do play at Chef, if you're not coming out in leopard print or something, not going to be happy.
You know what? When I last saw Steel Panther again at Sheffield, I was wearing neon pink leopard print skinny spandex, so I don't have them anymore. But for you, I'll try. I will hunt eBay and see what I can find.
Fantastic, thank you. I would love that. That'd be amazing. I'd be like, yeah.
You'll be the only person who will. You'll be the only person who will.
Exactly. Well, it's been wonderful chatting to you. I really enjoyed the new EP, Making Tracks, which listeners you can catch on Apple Music, Spotify, the job lot. Before we finish, I did kind of prep you before, and I think I probably already know your answer. But if you had a superpower, what superpower would it be, and why?
You know what? I'm a massive. Well, actually, behind me here, I'm a huge nerd. Of course, look at me.
Like to hear.
I'm a huge nerd. So these are all BioShock posters, and all to do with different powers.
Right. Yeah.
And weirdly, the tattoos I've got, you can't really see them here, are all BioShock ones. So for me, it would be telekinesis because I'm lazy. So if I could just go, I'll have a beer, and I could just go reach out my hand, and they get me a beer. I've got my little kitten here. Oh. Or my dog, if I wanted to walk my dog, I could just do it. Basically, I'm just lazy. So telekinesis, just to get me to move the bare minimum amount would be lovely. Yeah, I would choose telekinesis.
Telekinesis it is. That's a great answer. I'm all for that one. That's been straight in the log. But thank you ever so much for sparing your time this evening. It's been wonderful chatting to you, and I look forward to hopefully seeing you in Sheffield soon.
No, I really hope we can sort something in Sheffield, Joe. It'd be lovely to come and meet you in person and come and play for good old Yorkshire.
Yorkshire, brilliant. That'd be wonderful, mate. Honestly, it'd be fantastic. But hopefully, it's sooner rather than later.
Yes, I really hope so. Really hope so. We'll have a good look and see. Fingers crossed.